Regular season is over. Postseason starts now. After a 12-1 year, your Aztecs are going to be a part of the college football playoffs and going to face one of our toughest opponents of the year ever since UCLA back in the early seasons. Number 9, Alabama here on the road. Well, at home for us, but them on the road. As we look to go ahead and get this postseason run started off with a great game. But of course, before we jump too deep into Alabama, let's look at some of the other offseason moves here, such as the coach carousel. We've been offered 4 new roles here. The offensive coordinator job here at Florida State, the head coaching job at Maryland, the defensive coordinator job at Mizzou, and the head coaching job at Utah. So some very interesting job offers here. Some very interesting teams that we could look to take over if we were wanting to go that route. Maybe that's something we do with like a future franchise, or maybe like a little short mini series before the next college football comes out. Look to just see, a coach carousel. Every season we go somewhere new and elevate to the highest possible role we can. But staff moves here. See a bunch of firings and hirings going on this week. Oh, it looks like a coach actually down there went to the NFL. That's a pretty interesting development. And in the Mountain West Conference here, we have one firing, 2 retirees. As Hawaii loses their head coach and defensive coordinator, and then New Mexico loses their offensive coordinator. So Hawaii, notoriously one of the worst teams in our conference, will definitely look to try to replace that. I mean, he went 2-10 with them this past year. He has a great career record at 122 and 107, but just was not able to turn Hawaii around. So they're going to look to go in a different direction. And I think it all starts with scouting. I don't even think that one's on the coach. He only had 1 season. Didn't even really get a chance to get some guys in. As you can see here, we have a lot of guys, signing with other teams as the early signing day is now out. Matt Nestor, the 5-star QB dream, is now over. Timothy Hope goes to Cal. Kentrell Dunham ends up going to Oregon, and Eric Abraham ends up going to UCLA. So they get another strong receiver. But here goes our 5 signings through the regular season. We focused a lot on 4-stars, so didn't get a whole lot of quantity, but I got a lot of quality, I would say. Cortez Pilgrim here at defensive tackle ends up getting normal development. Ben Yelito with impact development here at halfback, I think will be a strong move as we look to see who's going to take over that running back room with now 2 redshirt freshmen and a true freshman. Trayvon Wiley with elite development here at edge rusher. Right as we're about to lose Trey White, it could be only fitting that somebody with the similar initials TW here takes over as a pure power edge rusher. 78 power moves, 73 block shed. Not going to be much of a finesse rover, but elite development would possibly put him in a great caliber to go in and start. Harlan Hayes, the QB of the future, also has elite development too as well. And I've wanted a freshman to come in and start and have the chance to start from day one. This could very well be it to take over for Jaden here. I mean, elite development, 90 throw power. The accuracies on short and medium are about at 80, pretty much. 79. So definitely could be starting over there with a new quarterback. And then at left tackle, we also get impact development here on Monte Cockrell. So this is a very strong quality class. We have 2 elite development players at 2 of our most impactful positions on this team. 2 impact development players at some very good secondary spots at halfback and offensive line. And then we get a defensive tackle to kind of come in and fit our system, just normal development. So as far as our overall class, with just 5 signings, I doubt we're that high. In fact, yeah, we're 5th in our own conference, 75th overall in the nation with 5 4-star recruits, and that's all we were able to get. But we also were the only team in this conference to get 5 stars. I thought Buffalo would get some 4 stars, but no. 3 stars here. They do max out with 9 of them, though. 2 stars. We see 10 from Hawaii, 11 from Fresno State, and then 9 Nevada for 1-star signees is where they go from. Now, looking at the Pac-12 here, at least like Notre Dame was able to capitalize on 10 4-stars. Syracuse, 11 3-stars. Boise State was able to go to pick up just 3 3-stars. That's all they did this year. Interesting. So I always want to see maybe like the conference has something to do with the guys getting in, but Notre Dame definitely probably needs to move out of this Pac-12 into a stronger conference, because that is pretty bad. But looking here at the roster here, it's time to go ahead and dive into our game for the week, which is against the Crimson Tide. So all focus on offseason stuff or recruiting and all that will be put to the side until this postseason run is done. We have to face one of the best teams that we've seen here with, what's that, count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 90 overall or better players on this roster, including a 92 FIFA at quarterback. They still have Simpson and Russell backing them up. They have 6 quarterbacks on this roster, mind you, and 2 true freshmen. That's a very deep quarterback room. They have 6 running backs on this roster too as well, including 2 92 overalls at the top. Receivers, they still have Ryan Williams at 99. I mean, you look at this lineup from top to bottom, there's not a single 70 starter here. In fact, I don't think I see a starter below 80, well, 82 now overall on offense or defense. So it's going to be a very tough game for us, but we're up to the task here. As you see, offensively, yards per game, we're second in the nation behind SMU. Points per game, we're number 1 in the nation at 48.1 points per game, even better than Notre Dame and Georgia, both sitting at 45 points. So seeing us at the top of the nation, some of these rankings, most of it could be our conference, but I mean, you still got to perform well in your conference to get numbers like these. That's why the move to the Big Ten, I think, is all but confirmed, especially if we are able to win today. I think we are ready for that next step. Even though we'll be starting over at quarterback, we'll be starting over at halfback and possibly receiver and defensive line. I think the move is still necessary to make. I think it's I mean, look at this, 303 rushing yards given up on the defense. That's not done by just Trey White. That is an entire defense ready to stop the run from happening. Sacks, 99 sacks. Now, 26 of those did come from Trey White, but that's still only like a fifth of that total. So I think we're ready to make that move and ready to compete against a team like Alabama. As you see, they're not in the top of some of these rankings that we're looking at. As you see, I mean, we're double the next total of USC with 41, who's a team that we could be competing against in the Big Ten. Trying to look to see if there's any other teams here. Like, I don't even see UCLA up here near the top. So our California rival might just be USC. We might have to switch that up and try to compete with them for more sacks. As we go ahead and jump here into the game, we are at home. I see a couple Alabama fans sprinkled throughout the crowd, but I know that y'all was not making that trip over here to San Diego, the beautiful, warm state of California, as we're looking to get off our postseason careers, our first ever playoff game, and get it started right. We have some freshmen playing here for the first time, but if we're being real, everybody's a freshman in this case in point. None of them have seen the college football playoffs in their entire careers, and to have to face a team that has the most national championships in college football history is going to be pretty crazy. So getting things kicked off, we will start it out on defense as the opening kick to Alabama will get this game underway. They're going to set to take this out of the end zone here. Nice little return back gets them starting out at about the 21-yard line. And what does Coach have schemed up for us here today? Third down percentage, you see we're roughly the same. Yards per game, we're better. Passing, they actually pass the ball a lot more than you would think with 292 running backs and of a typical Alabama team. But 64% pass has us here today as they go and get things started out with an RPO. And that might be why. I think RPOs, if you pass it out, still counts as a pass play, even though it's really a run off rip. But here goes a play action built right off of that, spinning out of the pocket, and they make the catch there. Good catch and move up the field as Alabama's here off and running early. Two big pass plays puts them to their side of the field, going with another RPO out route to the tight end, and it's working. One of the things this San Diego State defense has struggled with is RPOs, read options, basically anything that's not a direct handoff and direct pass, like halfback delays, draws. And look, there goes a halfback delay route as he's wide open in the flats. Nobody's going to be able to get there as the receivers get their blocks, and Alabama's on the board first. This is not looking good, as I don't think we had a single stalled play that drive. I think everything either went for a first down or positive yardage. And they're on the board here first, 7-0 very quickly. There's still 9 minutes left to go in this first quarter. And against a very strong defense, can we get our running game moving? Andrew Paul gets the first carry there for about 5. Coming back with pressure here on second. And we're going to look to go empty here. It looks like Onwalu there is wide open in the slot. Nobody's out there over there for him. That's an easy pass catch over the middle. They try to send a blitz in with the linebackers. Nobody covered him at all. I think the safety was probably going to come up and get that one there. We're going to go with another blitz play here as we just get that off in time. We gotta hope our offensive line holds up. They haven't faced the defensive line this strong, but they sure are blocking the run pretty well. There's Andrew Paul with that first down carry. Let me know down below, man, who is your favorite college team? You know, we're getting deeper into the season. Who's your favorite college team? Where are they positioned at in the rankings? Is it possible they could go to the college football playoffs in real life? Alabama right now sitting at the 4 seed. So my team could very well be ended up in the postseason. Good run there by Cardwell. Taken down for a gain of 9. They're going to come back here for 3rd and 1. No run play here. Quick throw out, and that's off the hands of McClure. And they're going to call this back to the line of scrimmage. He's wide open out there in the slot. All he had to do was catch that and fall for the first. So Jaden's looking over at the coach. We're trying to get the play call in here. Looks like Alabama's going to rotate their defense around. Still nobody on McClure. This should be an easy catch as the linebacker does fade out there. He breaks a tackle and does not get the forward progress. Since he broke the tackle, good play by Alabama just to push him back, honestly, to make him get behind the first down marker. And now Alabama's got a chance to go to increase this lead as the RPO works again. 1st and 10 here. Dropping back. This time they're guarding the halfback, but underneath is the drag route. That's an easy catch, and he's going up the field. Nobody's going to touch him. Soloed up on man coverage, and he's just had too much speed. You're starting to see the difference in gap here between SEC and, right now, Mountain West, because it is 14-0, and they just straight up outran us to the end zone on that last touchdown. Still in the first quarter, so this could still get even worse. Throw underneath here to Jordan as he catches that one for the first or second down grab. Staying empty here. They're going to go on Walu here. Now he beats out the linebacker, as we do have a tight end with a lot of speed, so we can look to see if that's a mismatch for them. Bostic with the catch, and he gets taken down for a gain of 6. Question is, how much longer can this offense go without scoring? You know, we are one of the best scoring offenses in the league, but when you play the competition that we do, it kind of makes you feel like our numbers are skewed a little bit, which is also why I think it's a good reason to move conferences. We can't continue to be one of the best in the nation and then play a ranked opponent and get beat down like this. So we need to play more on the regular good talent, because on Walu, they're breaking a tackle. At least one of our players are shining here as we go to the second quarter. Still down 14-0. Handing this one off up the middle. Cardwell is met in the hole and stuffed right at the line of scrimmage. They're going to motion Cardwell out. Looks like the linebacker goes with them, but they still cover the slant. So instead they're going to the corner route. It's a touchdown for the freshman on Walu. They went straight up man coverage. Look like cover one robber. There's the linebacker still stood in the way to go ahead and stop the slant that we normally go to. And great read by Jaden to go ahead and find the second read there, as on Walu on the corner route was manned up, but just had enough room on the outside shoulder here. Toe tap gets in, and we're finally able to score our first points here. 14-7 now. San Diego State looks to get things back right here on defense, as they're still not covering him. They're not even going to Ryan Williams either. We haven't seen him targeted yet. He is in the slot here. Doesn't get the pass, but number 8 is getting a ton of the workload here from Noah. Dropping back, sending in a blitz here. Doesn't get there, though. And there's Ryan Williams' first catch of the game. This is crazy because he's a 99 overall here. So we're watching that matchup there with our number 1 corner. Throw goes out in the flats. Look at that 99 block rating by Ryan Williams as he helps his receiver get in the end zone. This is the second time that they've just had a pass underneath go for big yardage. 222 yards passing, and we just started the second quarter. Is ridiculous. Noah is dissecting us on offense, and their defense is stopping us too as well. This is not a good formula for success here as Andrew finds a little crease. Let him get some break here. Cardwell's going to come in the game. We're going to hand it off right to him. Back to the left side. That's a good crease to get another first down. Maybe the run game is the answer. We normally don't lean on the run too often, especially down 2 scores. It's not seen, but college football is a lot more time than the NFL. So the run game could still be a factor here as we get the play action to work to Jordan. Dropping back. Underneath is wide open. That's Bostic with the catch. First down and more. So we are in the red zone again. Last time we were down here, we were able to score to on Walu. 2nd and 4 here. Looking. He's going to fire it on Walu again, and he's got him. That was a beautiful dot to the outside shoulder. Again on a short little out route. They put him on the corner this time, and he put that one beautifully where it needed to be, right in the hands of Onwalu. He's able to tuck that one and score. It's 21-14. And now it's up to the defense to finally get a stop here. We are behind them by 1 point. If they score quick, we just need to score quicker because we do get ball at half. So we can still have a chance to tie this game up here. Throwing this one deep down the field. It's going to be one-on-one, and he's going to catch it. I cannot believe our safety just gave that up, bro. He just overran it a little bit too far. Maybe the lights were too bright in the stadium to see where it was coming down at. And because of that, they are on their side of the field in field goal range, mind you. And the clock is not our friend in this scenario. Look at the blitz coming in, though. Great man coverage behind to hold him just long enough. That was just the time to call his cover 0 blitz. It's 3rd and 19 now because of that. They're going to go with the run play here. Maybe just trying to run out and get their field goals. That breaks loose. It'll still be 4th and 13, so we're going to call a timeout here. They're going to set up for their field goal here. It is 21-14 still. It's going to be a long kick, and that's blocked. And we recover it back. I mean, it didn't matter if we did because we would have got the ball anyway. But great block there off the edge. Coming around the outside, I think that was Brady Nasur diving forward for that one and blocking the extra, or not extra point, but the field goal. Puts us back in. Oh, look at the outside. Cardwell is wide open. The linebacker got stuck. That's going to be a foot race to the end zone as we get it out quickly. After the block kick, it's a one-play touchdown. Put up 6 on the board as Cardwell was wide open. I don't know how they left it so open. We lined up and empty. I don't know if that was the safety or the nickel corner that's supposed to go out and guard him. He was over there calling the defense for everybody else. Was late to get outside. Let's see if they show the full replay here to Cardwell. Just a quick grab and throw out. 27 was way too late getting over. And then in a foot race to the end zone, Cardwell just has just enough speed to beat him out. We're going to actually jump forward here. 3rd and 10 already for Alabama. Looks like the defense is starting to warm up here. And, of course, they give up the corner route to the outside. Alabama trying to score here before the end of the half. Sending that cover 0 blitz again. Great dive by Ryan Williams there. But thank goodness it was a dive. Because if he caught that on the run, that was another touchdown there for Alabama. Out to the flats here. This time we're reading the running back. And we're able to get to him in time. And Alabama will call its second timeout here of the half. 3rd and 2. Moving the halfback out again. They follow it this time, getting the slot receiver down. Going to call the hurry up here to get back to the line of scrimmage. 30 seconds left to go in this first half. Fake the halfback to the halfback. Going over the top with the play action, and it got us fooled. Faked it to that receiver coming in motion on the jet. Faked it to the halfback, and then found Ryan Williams just wide open over the middle. We actually would have had a sack there. He really did fool the defensive line as they went with the halfback instead of going after him, and it bought him just enough time to give the Roll Tide a lead. Look at that, 354 yards in that first half, 4 touchdowns through the air. I mean, we've been matching them as much as we can, but you can see here 16 for 17 compared to 19 to 23. The defense has to play better here. The offense is doing what they do in most games. We actually haven't slowed up at all on offense. Now it's just the defense that needs to answer the call. Put your score predictions down below. What do you think this game could come out to be? It is way closer than I thought it was going to be. I was actually fully prepared to come in and watch us get stomped. I mean, against the team, they are 9-3, but this is the SEC. Going to drop here. We're trying to change up the plays here, making sure both receivers run all the way across and they don't stop over the middle here. Jaden calls things up for him. Dropping back, throws it to Boston underneath as the safety was not able to get down in time, and that's a first down grab. Coming back here for a 3rd and 7. Jaden's going to look. Has his tight end underneath wide open. That's on Walu. First down. Spin move as he's not able to collect ankles here today. Alabama's ankles are much more securely locked into the ground. Going with the screen play here. It actually does work. Here's the blocks. Where are you going? Our center completely ran for the... He ran for the outside like we're running for this outside. Linebacker again messes up. Wide open. It's Cardwell and he's in the end zone. This time they even had a safety over top. He's looked at Jordan on the inside. The nickel corner or linebacker, whoever's supposed to be out there, pulled off late from the line of scrimmage. And just like that again, they just give up a wide open touchdown. It's exactly what we wanted to do. Come out of the half, score to tie the game. Now we just either need one stop or need to make sure we're the team that has the ball last. Because I promise you, if we score at the end of regulation, we're going for 2 instead of overtime. I'm letting y'all know now, we're either winning or losing this in regulation. I do not want to go into an overtime battle of 2-point conversions with Alabama. Now that we were able to go ahead and get a stop there, which is good news for the defense, finally able to get the ship right. Now, can the offense keep moving like they have all day? Look at Cardwell with the first catch, getting a first down. Going trips left, tight end inside, so it's closed. We're going right to Onwalu on the closed play. Easy grab to get us up to the 30. Trying to adjust the play at the line of scrimmage. Jaden's trying to find something he likes here. With the formation that they gave us here, we try to run the ball, cutting it backside. Doesn't really pick us up too much here. We're going to drop back here on Walu with the catch, and he locks that one loose. And instead of being able to score and really take control of this game, we're going to have to settle for 3. So this is why we were kicking those field goals late. Kevin kicks it up, and that is good for the freshman. In one of the most clutchest games of his life that I won't say ever played, because hopefully we're back here soon, but clutchest kick of the year, drills it right through the uprights, and we are now in the lead for the first time in this game. Sending the receiver in motion around the quarterback here. Looks like they tried a little bubble, and it does not work. Brady Nasir back there for his first sack of the day. Aztecs setting up for a cover 0 blitz here again on 3rd and long. What a gutsy call, because if it does not work, that's 6. Instead, they back him up to a 4th and 18 and get the ball back again for the offense. And we'll jump to being on our side of the field here. 2nd and 8 to start the 4th quarter. Dropping back here. Going to jump this one off to the halfback in the backfield. Cardwell gets a gain of about 2. They look to go empty here, spreading Alabama out a little bit here. Look at Jordan wide open, and he gets sacked. Well, not really sacked, but knocked out before he can complete the pass. They're going to call the ball back to the line of scrimmage here. Jordan looking again to catch this one over the middle, and it's an easy play this time. Pressure got in just enough to disrupt it the last time. They tried the same play twice. Gutsy call again by the OC. If that didn't work, he's about to get fired. 406 yards through the air today for Jaden. He changes the play at the line of scrimmage, seeing the linebacker kind of play around on the outside. Still decides to run it, and it does not work. He saw the blitz coming, but nobody got out there to protect it. We're going to run here on 4th and 1. That is very ballsy. I cannot believe they chose to run it and not go for a pass. And look at the play here we called. The same play we called last year to end the year that got us a touchdown that nobody ever sees. It's the right back bubble. We have run that play 1 time in 2 seasons. Oh, almost 30 games played, and we have ran that play now for the 2nd time out of all the downs. And every time it has caught them slipping because we don't run it. That's why you have an ace in the whole play that you can call like that. Gets us a touchdown to put us up 10 here. Look at the play flake. Just outright confusing the edge rush. Time is still on our side here with 6.5 left to go. Alabama's looking to drive. Look at the corner wide open again. Same play that they ran earlier in the game. Look at the out route wide open again. They're running these same plays. See, you can't sit here and say ROC runs the same plays because the computer will run the same plays too as well. Look at their offensive coordinator. If it's not broke, don't fix it. Look at that wide open pass. Broken tackle and finally gets pushed down inside of goal territory. Noah's going to go ahead and look to hand this one right off up the middle. Broken tackle in the backfield, but we are still there to gang tackle that down. It's now 3rd and goal. Noah's looking to pass. All day to throw. Finds his halfback underneath, but it's short. They're going to call the ball back to the line of scrimmage here on 4th and 1. What does San Diego do here? Nobody's coming down. They close up the gaps here. Blitzing the quarterback. Nobody's going to get there. Noah steps out of the pocket, and he scores. Blitz came all from the left, leaving the right wide open. None of the receivers got open off the man coverage, which is promising news by our DBs. But still, they end up in the end zone. And now with 3.5 left to go, 1 stop from Alabama puts them in a great position here. We're leaning on Andrew Paul to close this game for us. Handing off again here. That's a 1st down carry. And Alabama uses its first timeout here on the other side of the 2-minute warning. We're going right back to Paul here again. Finding his way up the middle. 2nd timeout by Alabama. We're going to go actually pass it here. Throw is caught. So we'll keep the clock moving. And that's Alabama's last timeout on 3rd and 3 here. If they can get the first, this might be game. They're going empty, throwing underneath on Walu's wide open. It's a first down grab, and that should take us to the 2-minute warning. Now, each first down from here does stop the clock still, for even if it's us. I thought it was just if it's the other team, which I guess makes no sense that they would just make it losing team only. But the clock does stop every time we get a first down, so we want to waste as much time as possible if we're not getting a first. There goes Cardwell getting it up there still. I cannot believe they are actually chanting that right now, right? They are really chanting to send them on home. That is our home atmosphere that we have here at San Diego. As we run this ball off here, that should just about do it. No timeouts from Alabama. We didn't get the first. And for the first time ever, I'm going to victory formation. You know I like to run the clock out unsportsmanlike. We want to send them home with something. But here today, we're just going to go ahead and take our final knee. And we're moving on to the second round, the semifinals of the college football playoffs. The only sad news is who we have to play next. But let's go ahead and just celebrate a W here today as we took down Alabama. At one point in this game, we were down 14-0, and we completely flipped the game on its head. The cover zero blitzes were amazingly timed. Jaden had a phenomenal day here, 430 yards, 5 touchdowns, and the backs were on their game today. Cardwell out of the backfield, catching the ball. Paul did a great job closing the game out with his runs, having a couple clutch first down runs. And on Walu, as the freshman, an extremely amazingly clutch game as he led us today in receiving. As we go check out these stats, you see 21 points there in that second quarter to answer back to their 14. We really went into this game, shut them out in the third quarter, and that was made all the difference here. Total offense, 546 for us, only 435 for them, 116 yards on the ground for us, but 6 for 10 on third downs. It was really time of possession though, 30 minutes on our side, 17 to them. We did not let them hold the ball too long because they were scoring so quickly. I don't even want to act like we were doing something with that. Great game though from Noah here, 438 yards, 4 touchdowns, no picks at all. He had a phenomenal game. He just did not get any help in the run game at all from his running backs. So like we did, 17 for 77 for Paul, Cardwell 7 for 40. I mean, you look at the production that they had in the pass game too as well. Cardwell ends up finishing with, so he has 40 yards on rushing. They actually didn't do anything with their run game too as well, like 7 for 19 for Richard Young. He did nothing out of the backfield. But looking at the receiving here, Cardwell 155 and 3 touchdowns in the receiving game. He was all over the field. Then on Walu, 158 and 2 touchdowns for him too as well. He did have a drop, but I mean, you combine those two numbers up between a freshman and a halfback, and you have a crazy way of winning the game. They held Bostic and Jordan to pretty much very minute stats to what they're normally used to getting. And McClure actually had that drop earlier. It doesn't count on his stat sheets for whatever reason, but I almost took him completely out the game. We stopped running 4 receiver sets because of that. That's probably why Walu got more catches here today. We ran a lot more 2 receiver tight end sets or 3 receiver tight end sets to keep McClure off the field. But sacks, Trey White, 2 sacks in the most important game of his career. Jaden sets the Mid-Mountain West Conference single season passing touchdown yards record. That's a mouthful. But he sets the record there in that game. He also sets the career passing touchdown record mark for San Diego State. So that's an amazing achievement for him. Any more awards here coming out of that game? Nope, just telling us that we won the playoff game here. They're going to show our next opponents. They are not. So we're going to have to go ahead and advance forward so you guys can see who our next opponent is. But before we go ahead and jump into that, I do want to look at the All-Americans here, because I did notice that we did not take a look at that last time. So we do have a couple of national All-Americans. Byron Caldwell, halfback 2, even though he won it last year as on the Heisman race, did not get All-American for the first team, but does get it this year. Him and Jacob Bostic both getting first team honors, as well as our entire defensive line here with Brady Nasur, Trey White, Ben Fleming, all get first team national honors. And then Tanu Latuli, the Mike Backer, gets the National All-American honors too as well with the first team. So a handful of San Diego State Aztecs here as first team All-Americans is a very impressive feat. That should help out team prestige or something. Second team, Andrew Paul did make it. Onwalu, the freshman, made it as the second team tight end. So that tells me he's like the second best tight end in the nation, because only one tight end makes it. So that adds to our All-Americans. And of course, freshman All-American too as well. And then the surprising bet here with Cody Cornelius. I guess as a redshirted freshman, you can still get freshman of the year. So I'll keep that in mind with some of our freshmen that we have redshirted right now to see if any of them make it. Byron Caldwell. Oh, no, we're still on the national, so to switch over to Mountain West Conference, which is going to mainly be us. I mean, first team, we're going to have all those guys that won in the nation, of course. So Caldwell, Paul both get both halfback spots. They did give it to Connor Harrell, UNLV quarterback, with 3,000 yards. I don't really think that beats out Jaden, but I guess maybe interceptions factor into it. Jacob Bostic gets one of the receiver spots. Onwalu gets tight end. Almost our entire offensive line here with Cam May, Jake Makula, Luke Beklinko also making it. Of course, Brady, Trey, and Ben. Malachi actually works his way up there too as well. Tanner Latuli, of course. And then our two safeties, KT Shea and Josiah Cox, which KT was a great transfer portal signing because he made it to the first conference All-Americans. Now, second team, they do have Jaden here with, look at that, almost 5,000 yards, 53 touchdowns. Seems to me he should have been first team and kind of got snubbed, but it is what it is. Probably should have even been national, but Ben Callahan, our center, actually makes the second team as well. And then Cody ends up making defensive tackle second team. So I'm very proud of what they were able to accomplish as all conference All-Americans and national All-Americans for this team. I mean, the freshmen are going to be the same two people, though, as last time we didn't have any other like redshirted freshmen that did anything. So let me know down below who was your most surprising All-American honors there. Byron Caldwell ends up getting player of the week last week, of course, with, I mean, only 40 yards rushing. They don't show his receiving stats, but 150 yards through the air, 3 touchdowns, don't forget. He also gets the national player of the week. I mean, that's 190 yards all purpose and 3 touchdowns. And we are facing the #1 seeded Clemson Tigers in the Capital One Orange Bowl. So it does not get any easier from this. We have to go on the road on the Capital One Bowl and take out the #1 seeded Clemson Tigers, who went 12-1, 7-1 in conference. And this is going to be an amazing bracket, man. I mean, it's amazing that the Notre Dame didn't get #1 seed because they went undefeated, but I guess that's just how the voting goes. So you see the scores from the first round. Ohio State beat Oklahoma. Nebraska upsets Oregon, and UCLA upsets the Heisman Trophy winner, Pittsburgh. So it'll be UCLA versus Notre Dame, Nebraska versus Georgia, Ohio State versus Texas, and then we got Clemson. So we will be playing in this, I guess, quarterfinals round. I remember I said semis earlier. We'll be playing in the semifinal round, the winner of Ohio State and Texas, if we can beat Clemson. So leave a like, comment, subscribe for your boy down below if you guys are excited for this next game, and give me some good luck as we go and try to take this out. I will catch you guys in the next video, man. It's been your boy Coach Smooth, and the Aztecs are going to go and enjoy a nice long practice session so we can make sure that it's not as close, at least, as Alabama if we're going to get this dub. Catch y'all in the next video.